welcome to the Autism News Network podcast. We've got a very special guest with us today, Elvis impersonator Aaron Smith.
Patrick, you have one more question.
Can you do the Elvis lip?
Yes, sir, I can. Not real well, but because, see, his was on the opposite side. I can only do it on this side. But, yeah, not real. But that's one thing I struggle with because it won't stay. You know, when Elvis did it, he said, well, I did 39 pictures like that, baby. See, I can only do it for like a minute or two because it won't hold.
How often do you rehearse?
Not a lot, to be honest, because all my band guys live at different houses and they have their own stuff going on. Usually, and this is interesting, because my band guys are in their 50s and I want to say 60s. I like experienced people. I'm the youngest on stage, but not a lot. Not a lot. They know my routine down pat pretty much, unless I'm a jerk or a and I change it on them and they're like, oh, he's doing this. But not a lot. I usually watch the Elvis videos. I watch the tour videos on YouTube. And I mimic that. Usually I'll do it in my living room. And they're old enough to remember Elvis because they were playing when they were 16 and 17. And this would have been in the 70s. So they know it pretty well that if I do a certain move, they're like, he's going to go into Hound Dog or he's going to go into Promised Land or sort of thing. So not a lot, not as much as I'd like to.
That's really neat. Okay, and one of our final formal questions is going to come from Christina.
Can you tell us about the ring that you are wearing?
The ring. I'm glad you asked that. The ring I am wearing is actually, it's a very expensive ring. It's a rare ring. But in the
sure
later,
looks expensive.
In the later years of the 70s, Elvis had necklaces made, sunglasses, you know, his entourage, his crew, with TCB, and then it had a lightning bolt. I have the necklace as well. That was actually, I got it in Memphis, and it was made by his original jeweler, Mr. Lowell Hayes. He made the necklace, but the ring I have on is a TCB ring, and in I want to say 76, 77, he had this made. And it has, let's see if we can do it. It has lightning bolts on each side. It's got a stone on the top, and then it says TCB. And TCB meant taking care of business. And the lightning bolts on each side, taking care of business in a flash. So that was Elvis's motto. He had it on a lot of his karate uniforms and stuff. So that's the ring.
That is so cool. Where did you get that ring?
I actually... significant other we're not together anymore, but bought at the time, my significant other bought me it as a gift. And the way it was presented to me was even weird. It was there, but I didn't get it. And so it was like, oh, look in the dish in the coffee table. And my ring was sitting in the coffee table in this dish. So
that is really cool. We've heard so much great stuff. Learned a lot about Elvis, learned about Aaron's journey, having autism, getting diagnosed in adulthood. And then, you know, using his passion for music and passion for Elvis and turning that into a lifestyle and a career, you know, and he's very successful at it. At this point, we're going to open up the floor. Just any other questions that you guys have in mind that you wanted to ask?
So Aaron, my granddaddy, he can do the Elvis lip too. He can, he does a really good Elvis voice. And we used to be Elvis and Priscilla, and he used to say, come on, Priscilla, let's go down Lover's Lane and do some mooching.
That's adorable.
I got one. My fiance Belle. Elvis wanted to sing, or that motivated her to sing. That one of the people that motivated her to sing.
Elvis made her want to sing too?
Yeah, my fiance Belle.
See, you have your own Priscilla right there with the black hair and everything.
Hey, well, she can sing in almost 25 languages.
Congratulations again.
And Aaron, what does your family think about your career? Are they supportive?
In the beginning, it was different because they're like, are you ever, it's hard to say because before it was just like, is it a phase? Is he going to grow out of it? But now they're very, 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 very supportive. I'm very lucky to have a mother and a father and a sister, some friends that are very supportive, and that I have, I have a crew of people that I work with, staff of mine who are very, very supportive, very upfront, and, have been very supportive with me, not only in my inner circle, but, on a personal journey as well. when it comes to, you know, the off stage, the real me. And you know, I would have to say, you know, that was humbling to have people who are real with you and who are honest with you, that aren't afraid to pop your ego bubble.
I want to ask you one other question, because you're living your dream. A lot of times we hear people say, hey, we're not good enough, or, you know, what would you say to somebody who feels like they don't have what it takes, that their dreams aren't going to come true, and that they're never going to like get off Medicaid, or, you know, they'll never be independent? Like, what would you say to somebody like that?
Well, and I'm glad you asked that, Doc. Growing up, I originally was put in a group home, originally out of my parents' house. And my mom got sick, so it was almost like my parents didn't really know what to do at the time. So I went there, and then from there, I thought I would never get out of that situation, but I was fortunate enough to get out of that situation, and I'm living on my own. I do have supports, like we had talked about in the interview. I work with a team of people who check in and help me here and there with life skills training and that sort of thing, which is great when I'm not doing the Elvis thing. So working to become even more independent is my goal. But, you know, having good friends, like I have a really good friend who does a lot of traveling with me, Sebastian. He's my best friend. I didn't have a lot of true friends, so he would be my true friends. And if I ever got really famous to where I had a lot of money, I would definitely, you know, take care of those people who were there first versus the people who's like, hey, remember me? Yeah, no, I remember you. You were to me in high school. But to the people who say they're not good enough, never say that. Never, ever, ever, ever say that. Because first off, if you believe in yourself enough and you do what you want to do and you pursue that, you're only as strong as your mind. And my mom and dad have always said you can do anything you put your mind to. So, you know, I've always said people who say they're not good enough are good enough, and the people who talk down to those people are just jealous of what that person's gift is.
That is so true right there. My fiance Val, she went through that too, and I went through that myself when it came to artwork.
You do artwork. I do a little artwork, not a lot like I used to, but art was my escape in high school.
I could draw people.
Can you?
Yeah, David?
That's a fantastic talent, because I will say I can't. I can draw architecture, but I can't draw people. I can draw a good stick figure, but that's about it.
Yeah, David's a very talented artist.
I have that same issue. I can do landscapes and other stuff, painting, but I can't really draw anything but
Here's
stick
one of
figures.
mine.
Is that really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. That is wonderful. That is really wonderful.
I have the real picture on here too. Long one. Here it is.
It's really
Here's the real one.
That's wonderful.
And here drawing.
Really good. That's fantastic. I can't do it. That is awesome.
This has been so fun. I really appreciate you coming on, Aaron. Like we said, you know, we hope that you'll be a long-term fan and friend of the Autism News Network, and we're going to be following your work and watching your progression as you follow your dreams and live it out. It's just fantastic. So can we all give Aaron a big round of applause? Louder.
Thank you very much, guys, for your time and for having me. I'm very fortunate, and I really appreciate your guys' time. And it's been wonderful meeting all of you all around the world. I've always wanted to, you know, touch people and connect with people and wonder if there was someone like me or something like that. So it's been wonderful. I appreciate it, all of you guys. Thank you so much.
So you've been watching the Autism News Network podcast. We've been joined by Aaron Smith, who is an Elvis tribute artist, very talented musician. He shared his life with us, his dreams, and of course, his passion for Elvis, who is still the king of rock and roll.
Yes, sir.
If you want to live like you did back in the 70s and follow Elvis and hear the music, please check out Aaron Smith on Facebook. And also, once COVID goes away, he's going to be back on tour. Right, Aaron?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So thank you so much for joining us, Aaron, and we will see you next time on the Autism News Network.